is your favourite lesson?
My favourite lesson is probably art, because we have a lot of resources at Upton, so it's very useful, so you can do like all sorts of mediums of art and things.
My favourite lesson would be history, because it's very interesting to learn about the past of our world.
What is the best part about being an Upton pupil?
Just like generally the environment, like everyone's just generally so nice to each other, and just kind of the teachers really care about you and support you.
There are a lot of activities to do, and you can always be engaging with other people around you. There's never really a dull moment, because you're always doing something fun and creative.
What does being an Upton girl mean?
It means you're kind of part of the community, and also the history behind it, as well as like the FCJs and stuff with like the school maths that they do every year. It kind of reminds you that you're kind of part of something a little bit bigger than yourself, because there's loads of like other schools other than the FC, other than us, and like who in like the FCJ society.
What support do you receive and is offered?
Well, I think the best type of support that you can actually get in Upton is probably educational support, whereas because like in other schools it's quite hard sometimes to get support, especially from like other people, but here it's like you don't only get support from like your friends, you get support from your teachers, so if you're stuck with homework or anything like that, you can always get someone to help you, and they're very useful.
We get quite good emotional support, because during quarantine we've been getting these surveys which ask us how we're feeling and how we're doing at home, and it's good to have to be asked them type of questions in case we are feeling a certain way.
Did you adapt to Upton life quickly in year 7?
It was hard for me initially because I didn't know anyone at first in Upton, but as the months continued to go by, I found new friends and it's been a great time.
What was your experience of starting Upton?
I was excited but also a bit nervous because it's a lot different from primary school. But after a couple of months you settle in and you find it's actually a bit better than primary school.
Very welcoming environment and very easy to find friends. Like in a few weeks I was off and had loads of friends because everyone's always there to say hi to and no one's ever ignoring you, they're always there to say hi. Really good because not only new people, so not only year 7s would help you, but also people in older years, so I have quite a lot of friends in older years which I made at the start of the year, which is really good because then they could show me around the school, and everyone in like older years is really nice.
What was the transition like from primary school?
For me personally, for a while you still feel in a way like you're in primary school. It's hard to explain, like you still feel you're part of your primary school and it feels temporary, although you start to just integrate into like Upton and you get used to it, and it's very natural. Like it doesn't feel like difficult at all.
And that transition for me from primary school to high school, it was very overwhelming because it was a bigger school, different environment, different people. So being in a 7, the smallest year in the whole school, it was very, a very new thing to me. But it just shows how you need to be able to adapt to new environments, and you need to be able to grow those skills in order to become a better person, a bigger person. And I feel like by being in Upton, I've developed those skills a lot.
What do you like about Upton?
It feels a bit different to other schools in the sense that it's not just a school where there's teachers and there's pupils and there's a divide. It feels like the staff really care about the students and they will go out of their way to help you. As long as you give back and show that you're interested, they will go out of their way to help you, and the same for older year and younger years, it doesn't matter.
Why did you choose to stay at Upton for sixth form?
I chose to stay at Upton for sixth form because I really liked the teachers, and also my friends were going here as well. I like the community feel.
I also think it gives the opportunity to give back to the school because we've been here for so long, so we know how it works and things, and now we've been able to have this opportunity to help lower years and things like that.
What is sixth form at Upton like?
It's a really fun experience and it's really different to the lower school because you get a lot more independence, and then I think you also develop like closer relationship with your teachers because you're spending a lot more time with them, and they really support you. Not that they didn't in GCSE, but it goes to a whole another level. And I think it's really great the opportunities you get given at sixth form to grow as a person.
Also, I'd say it's as rewarding as it is difficult. There's a lot to do, but you also get that back from your teachers and your subject.
What's your favourite subject?
My favourite subject is definitely biology. I like looking at all of how the body works in depth, and looking at all the nature and like it unfolds in front of your eyes when you figure out how it all works, and it just really interests me.
Whilst I do really love all of my subjects, I think my favourite would be chemistry, because this year I've really been given the opportunity to expand my knowledge outside of the classroom. Like, I've attended chemistry after school, and then I've also had the opportunity to compete in the chemistry young analyst competition. So it's been really interesting seeing a wider range than the specification.
My favourite subject is probably geography. I just find it really interesting learning about how the world works, and I want to do it at uni, so I found it really interesting.
My favourite subject is RE because it's the basis of we learn about the basis of Western civilization, and it links with all my other subjects.
I think my favourite subject would also be chemistry, because I think it's very interesting to understand everyday concepts at a very smaller level, and the kind of knowledge that comes with it.
Do you think being an Upton pupil will help you with your future career?
I definitely think there's so much support from the sixth form staff and all the teaching staff when it comes to future prospects outside of Upton. They're always there for you to talk to about maybe going and doing their subject at university, and even if you want to do an apprenticeship or join the armed forces outside of school. So I definitely think it helps because there's so much support from the teachers.
I definitely think it does, because we get given a lot of opportunities, and we have the careers talks every week, and we get to see not just from one segment, but all a wide range of careers. We get a little insight to each week, and it can really help people who don't have a definite idea of what they want to do find something that they love and they want to do forever.
What do you like about Upton?
My favourite thing about Upton is probably the teachers, how nice they are, and I also really like the friendship groups that I've made here. It's probably my favourite thing.
I really enjoy the inter-house competitions because it gives you such a sense of community.
I really love the sense of community that being in Upton gives you when we do things like maths and the Wirral Way walk, for example, and you have people who went to Upton years ago and they still show up, and it's like being a big family even when you move on from Upton.
Do you think that your Upton education has opened doors for you in terms of your future prospects?
I definitely think it has. I came to Upton and I'm dyslexic, so I really struggled with English and concepts like that, and I got so much support from the English department with my extra time that I excelled in my English GCSE, and I did better than I ever thought I could, and I don't think I'd have been able to achieve that if I didn't have the support from the English department that I was given throughout my time here.
Yeah, I definitely think it does open doors to the future, especially with the career sessions we have on a Friday morning. Whichever career you fancy, there's always something like journalism. What was the one the other day? There's one about finance. But yeah, there's something for everybody basically, and you get to look at different careers, and it links to what you want to do at uni as well, so it's really helpful.
I know personally wanting to do dentistry and go into the universities, I go into that situation and feel much more confident because of what Upton's taught me and how to approach situations, asking questions, and trying to further myself by talking to the lecturers and people, getting more information. I feel far more comfortable than I know other people looking around me in that situation did. And so I feel that Upton did put me further than other schools maybe did in that situation.
Do you think your time at Upton has built confidence in your abilities?
Definitely, because the person I was at the start of Upton is definitely not the person I am now, and I've had teachers who have supported me through everything, but also the opportunities I've had to build my confidence. So I've done speech competitions and EPQ, and I've been doing so many competitions like mock trial and things, that from somebody who would like stutter in class to somebody who performs speeches, I'm like just like a different person. But confidence also in my academic abilities, because being around people who are like-minded and also really academic has also encouraged me to be confident in myself and my abilities.
I think Upton's definitely given me confidence in my abilities. As in year 7, I was really quiet, and I think the person I am today is much different to what I was in year 7. I think everyone will tell you I was a bit of a saint. But I think Upton has helped me grow into a more confident and more well-rounded person. It's definitely been nice being around people who are like-minded as well.
Do you feel supported at Upton?
Definitely. I was talking to one of my teachers the other day, so even in lockdown, and I was talking to her about I wasn't feeling very confident about what I wanted to do. Even though I've always had this solid idea, I was lacking confidence in my ability to be able to do that in the future. And she spoke to me and she just said, Amelia, I believe that you can do this. And I feel like that really just inputted me and made me just want to work so much harder. And it's just made me feel so much stronger. And the support that she's given me through that and just telling me that I can do it has made me believe in myself so much more.
So you can consolidate your knowledge throughout the year by doing it in little chunks rather than just in one big chunk at the end of the year, which is really helpful. But not just in the weekly sessions. In my experience, you can just go to a teacher at any time during the day, and if you just need help with something, they'll sit down with you right there and then and help you with whatever you need. And I think that that's vital in your support and to get your exam results.
Teachers are always really good, so if you've got a little issue, they'll sort it right out.
Are you excited for the new sixth form building?
I'm definitely excited for the new sixth form building because sixth form is a very different experience from the lower years. So to have our own building and to have everyone in the building, everyone in the same sixth form community, is definitely looking forward to it.
We were talking to Miss Hall before about all the plans that they have for the common room, and it seems like they're really providing for us an experience of what it's like to be at uni, or what the next step in our life will be like.
I think when I was deciding whether I wanted to stay on at the sixth form, something I was worried about was whether you would still feel young because you're still in the same high school and you're surrounded by year 7. So I think having the sixth form building is really going to make us separate and give us that extra little bit of independence, and it's going to help us grow up and feel a bit more mature, and I think that that's important and something that's going to be a really good addition to the school.
So I thought a good place to finish was in our school chapel, which is at the very heart of our school, and it's central to everything that we believe in and everything that we do at Upton. So if you have anything else that you need to ask about the school, if there's anything that you haven't seen on the video today, looking at our pupils and our sixth form students and some of our wonderful staff, then please feel free to get in touch or to have a look on the website, and if there's anything there that you can't find, I'm sure that we can answer it for you. We love Upton. We think it's a fantastic place to be. We think it's a fantastic place for your children, and indeed my children also grow up here. So please, what we'd love to do is for us to be able to make our Upton your Upton as well. Thank you.